Here's a secret: most of the things on this to-do list don't actually matter. That's the 80-20th rule, or the Pareto Principle, which says 80% of results often come from just 20% of efforts. This idea comes from economist Vilfredo Pareto, who noticed 80% of Italy's land was owned by 20% of the people. But it's not just economics. This rule shows up everywhere. In business, in health, even in your personal life. Think about it. In sales, 80% of revenue usually comes from 20% of customers. On social media, 80% of engagement often comes from 20% of your posts. Even in your closet, 80% of the time you probably wear just 20% of your clothes. The key takeaway is most of what we do doesn't actually move the needle. But a few things, the right things, make the biggest difference. In our modern world, we're busier than ever with constant emails, endless scrolling, and a million apps fighting for our attention. But here's the catch. Research from McKinsey shows that knowledge workers spend 28% of their week just managing emails. That's busyness, not productivity. The 80-20th rule is the antidote. It forces you to ask, what's the 20% that really matters? So how do you use it in daily life? 1. At work, identify the 20% of tasks that actually create results. Focus on deep work, not busy work. 2. At learning, don't try to master everything. Learn the critical 20% of skills that give you 80% of the outcomes. Example, in coding, learning core logic covers most of what you'll use. 3. At health, instead of chasing complex routines, focus on the 20% of the habits like sleep, movement, and nutrition that drive 80% of your health benefits. 4. At social media, content, double down on the 20% of platforms or posts that give you the biggest reach, instead of spreading thin across everything. It's about doing less, but better. So, here's your challenge. Look at your work, your habits, even your relationships, and ask, what's the 20% that matters most? Double down on that and let go of the rest. Because in the end, success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what counts.